Hi, we're going to take a look at an example of a systematic sample from MyStatLab. The Human Resource Department at a certain company wants to conduct a survey regarding worker benefits. The department has an alphabetical list of all 3,426 employees at the company and wants to conduct a systematic sample of size 30. What is K? Okay, the first thing we're going to take a look at is the formula for K, which we can see in our lecture notes or in the textbook, which is N divided by N. Now that's an uppercase N over lowercase n. The uppercase N stands for the population size, and the lowercase n stands for the sample size. So in this particular problem, the uppercase N is your 3,426, and the sample size that you would like to use for this particular survey is 30. So if we divide that out, this tells the size of our groups, and it's going to have a fraction left over, so we're just going to round that off to 114. Okay? So that's going to be our group. So our first group will go from 1 to 114. Now, they ask us to go ahead and randomly select a number to start with, and they pick 19. So 19 is the first one we're going to start with, and that's just done by random selection. Okay, so what we're going to do is go ahead and do a couple of groups. So then the second group would be the same size, so we just add 114 to that, so that would be 115. And then add 114 to the upper end, and that would give me 228. So then the next one is found by just adding 114 to 19, and that gives me 133. Okay, the third group, and if we continue this pattern, just add another 114 because those are our groups. So it's going to be 229. And then if you add 114 to 228, you get 342. So our third group is going to be somewhere between there, and we find that by just adding 114. So that gives me 247. Now, the question asks to go all the way down and continue this pattern until you get to your last group or your 30th group, because we want 30 in our sample. So in the first group, we're going to pick 19. The second group, we're going to pick 133. And the third group, we're going to pick the number 247. So the question is, who are we going to pick in the 30th group? Well, a nice easy way to do it would be to set up a little formula. So if we take a look at the formula that we would set up, we're going to start with 19 because that's what we're doing. And then what we're going to do is add 144. How many times? 114. How many times? So if we add 114 the first time, so that would be, for the first one, we're going to just do it, we start there, which is one less than the group number. So basically, if I put an x minus 1 in front of that, where x stands for the group number. So in the first one, if x is 1, then that's going to be 19 plus 1 minus 1 times 114. Well, if we go ahead and multiply that out, that gives me just 19. If I take x is 2 for the second group, that's going to be 19 plus x, which is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1, so that would be 1 times 114, and that's going to give me my 133. And then if you do x is 3, you get 19 plus 3 minus 1, just follow the formula, and that gives you 2 times 114, and that gives you your 247. So if we continue that pattern all the way down till we get to 30, so in this case x is going to be equal to 30 because we're going to do our 30th group, so that would be 19 plus 30 minus 1, which is 29, times 114, which gives me 3,325. So that means the last person to be in the survey would be the 3,325th person. Okay, so if you just kind of connect that to a arithmetic sequence that you learned in your algebra classes, it works out nice and easy. If you have any questions, just let me know.